Welcome to Monday on Starting Out Solitary. I'm your host, Tara Incognita, and this is most of my crystal collection. One of the ways that I incorporate crystals into my practice is by laying them out on my altar. These are the ones that I've chosen at this particular time. This is a bloodstone star, and I have petrified wood, and then an emerald, and petrified wood also, and an emerald over here. And then this is my lucky Buddha that you saw last week, and he is made out of goldstone. Now, goldstone is man-made. I forget how they do it, but they do something to, I think it's copper. And a lot of people don't like goldstone because of that, because it's not a natural crystal. I don't care. I still like it. And I call it my lucky goldstone because good things happen to me when I tap into those energies. The rest of these are for grounding, focusing, protection. I actually have a digital document file with all of the uses for crystals that I refer to quite frequently when I'm choosing which ones to put on my altar. Another thing that you can do with your crystals is to do a crystal grid. Now, I don't know much about them, and it's definitely something I want to learn about in the future, but occasionally I will set up a basic one with 4 crystals on the outside and then 1 in the middle. And what you're doing is taking, from my understanding, the energy from these 4 crystals and concentrating them here with the energy of this one. And the important thing is to take a wand point or your finger and activate the crystal grid. So you start in the middle and you think about your intentions while you're activating it, and you just connect all the crystals together. And usually once I have done that, like right now, I can feel heat coming off the crystals. So once I've activated it, I can actually feel that. And everybody senses crystal energy differently, so that might not necessarily be how you sense it, but every single time I do a crystal grid, I can feel the heat that comes off of it. And like I said, I know there's different types of setups you can do and different reasons why you would do certain ones or use certain crystals, but I don't know all the who's, what's, where's, and why's. I just kind of go by the seat of my pants and do very simple ones, but you can definitely do much more elaborate ones, and it's something that I'm very, very, very interested in. Now, I love crystal chips. These ones are peridot. I got while I was in Nevada. I have, as you can see, I have tons of these little Tic Tac boxes, and these are all crystal chips that I have purchased from Piper H at the Standing Stone. Sometimes she gets different ones in, and every time she does, I go through and see what she has got that I don't already own, and I buy them up because I love crystal chips. I use them all the time. These are the absolute perfect size for spell bottles, for mojo bags, for, you can put them in oils, you can make elixirs with them. I pretty much use these spell chips in everything I do. When I made my candle holders that I have to fix, I put crystal chips in there. So I use these all of the time. So yes, I definitely recommend checking out the Standing Stone. Always check back because sometimes she gets them in. And like I said, I always buy up every single one that she has that I don't already have because I just love it. Love it, love it, love it. And another thing you can do is you can take a spray bottle like this and select different crystals or crystal chips and put them in. Put, some kind of water, maybe rainwater that you've collected, even just regular water that you've, consecrated, blessed, all that. And you can spritz it around your house. So what I will do is, I don't like smudging. I don't like smudging with sage, but I will use a bell to clear the energies in my house. And so I will go through room by room, and I will, you know, clean out the energies by ringing my bell. And then I will put citrine and rose quartz, sometimes, you know, one or two other things in a bottle like this with water. A lot of times it's water that I've charged under the moon. And then I will go back through those areas that I've cleansed, and I will spray this in to fill it with, you know, loving energies, and just fill that space back up with good juju so that negative things can't find their way back in. So yeah, that is one of the things that I like to do around the house that seems to be very practical. I also like to take little pouches like these, and then I will put different stones in them and put them under my pillow, or carry them in my purse, or put them in my pocket, just to promote different things, or to help me draw in the energies, or to help me with meditating or dreaming and whatnot. Although I do have to be careful, because the first time I tried it with amethyst, I think I put too many amethyst stones in here, and it kept me up all night. Amethyst is a very, very active stone for me, and it just, I don't know, charges my battery or something, because when it's around, it's buzzing all the time. And so yeah, I get some weird dreams. I wake up frequently. So if I do put amethyst in my bag for, you know, to promote psychic abilities or dreams or whatever, I use very, very, very little. This is the bag where I keep my oracle deck, and I will also sometimes put different stones in this bag, just to kind of help my oracle deck give me the messages that I'm looking for. I'll put amethyst in there, or moonstone. Sometimes I leave my pendulum in there with it, so that they can kind of get attuned to each other. So there's different things you can do with your tarot or your oracle. You can just keep stones in the bag. These are Himalayan salts that I also purchased from the Standing Stone. And I use these as bath salts. So I've cleansed them and consecrated them, charged them under the moon. And what I will do is I'll take a mesh bag like this one, and I'll put one stone in it, tie it up, and then dangle it from the faucet in my bathtub, and turn on the water and run a bath. And then the water runs through it, and of course these are salts, so they do shrink and eventually disappear. But those minerals get dispersed into the bath water, and so I will use that quite a bit if I'm doing ritual bath, or just wanting to take on some of the properties of the salts. And you can use other crystals for that. Sorry, that was my finger. You can use other crystals for that as well. You just want to make sure that you are aware of what the crystals do for your body. If you have them in the water, you want to make sure the crystals, you know whether or not it's going to destroy the crystals. Like these, like I said, are salt. They will disappear, so once they're gone, they're gone. But yeah, you can absolutely make a bath with the mineral properties in it, just like you would do with herbs. So that's something that I enjoy, because I love taking baths when I have time to do it. This is a tree that I got from Black Market Minerals here in Washington State. Now I think it's called More Than Rocks. And it is a bunch of clear quartz crystals, and the tree I think is like polymer clay, and it's on an amethyst cluster. And I keep this on my hearth in my living room. So I don't have an altar in my living room, but I do put this out there just to kind of help promote the good energies, especially after I've cleansed and sprayed my little elixir around. You know, quartz will amplify any of your intentions and your spells, so I really like to have this in my front room. And I have another one at my office next to my computer that you may have seen in other videos, and it is also an amethyst bottom, but the tree has sodalite on it, which is good for clearing electronic pollution, and it's also good for things like decision making. So that one sits right next to my computer at work. So you can do a lot with these guys. You can bury them around your yard for protection. You can, you know, meditate with them, pull them out for tarot and oracle readings. You can actually put them in drinking water and make an elixir to drink. Just make sure if you're going to ingest anything, again, you do any sort of research, make sure that what you're ingesting is safe, and don't drink the actual stone, drink the water. That's my disclaimer. But yeah, I mean, there's tons of things that you can do with these to incorporate them into your practice, and I hope that I give you some ideas, and I would love to hear what you guys like to do with your crystals and different ways that you use them, or reasons why you don't use them, if you like them or not, and if you have any good sources of where to buy them, then you know, comment below and let other people know. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it, and I definitely look forward to seeing everybody else's videos this week, because I love crystals and I love finding new ways to use them. I know Piper H, where I get a lot of my crystals, she posted a tip the other day about putting them in your oil warmers so the properties disperse in the air that way, and I thought that was a cool tip, so definitely go check out her post on that. And yeah, that's it, so blessed be!